Welcome back to NFL Recap and Rumors, and welcome to Day 7 of our Trade Predictions mini-series, where we talk about one player each day and discuss the top 4 most likely landing spots for that player in a trade. If you haven't seen Days 1 through 6, I suggest you go check them out. You can find them in our Trade Predictions playlist. But with that out of the way, let's kick Day 7 off. So, today we're moving on to the defensive side of the ball, kicking things off with Ravens linebacker Matthew Judon. So they did tag Matthew Judon, but he's expensive, and I think that you could easily find a replacement. Maybe not easily, but I think at the spot you're sitting in the draft, you'd still be able to get a good linebacker to replace him. And you got Calais Campbell, and I think that it would make sense for them to try and trade him away just because he's so expensive and because it's not really worth it for the Ravens to keep him anymore. First team we have on here is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. They have a good amount of cap room. They'd be able to take this on, and they need a linebacker. They could use Matthew Judon. Sure, he's expensive, but they have the room to take on this cap hit, and I think it makes sense for them to go out and to get a linebacker because they don't have a first-round pick. They trade that away for DeForest Buckner. So I think if they want to fill their holes, they have to look to a trade, which is why I think they have to at least try and make this trade if the Ravens are trying to trade away Matthew Judon. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers. So, Luke Kuechly retired. They need a replacement for Luke Kuechly, which is why I think they would make a move for Matthew Judon. I don't think it's super likely because they don't really have the cap room to take it on. If they wanted to do this really bad, they could find a way to make it work. It's not like their cap room is terrible. They could do it. I just don't think it's super likely. There's still a good chance, if they really want it to happen, that they go out and try and make a move for Matthew Judon. It's just not super likely. I had to put them on here because they have more cap room than some other teams with linebacker needs, but I think there's other teams that are still more likely to go out and trade for Judon. Next up, we have the New York Jets. So they have the cap room to make this happen, and their linebackers are not good. Pretty much in the same state as the Colts. They have around the same amount of money, and they both have a pretty big linebacker need, and they could use Matthew Judon, and they'd be able to pay him. So I think that both the Jets and Colts are likely to go out and trade for Judon, but the Jets are a little less likely because I don't think they're as good of a team, and so they have more holes to fill, and linebacker is not the most pressing need. I think the most pressing need is protection for Sam Darnold, but if they decide that they really want to get a linebacker, they definitely could go out and trade for Matthew Judon, and I think it would make sense. To finish this list, we have another New York team, the New York Giants. They also are pretty much in the same state as the Jets and the Colts. If I had to choose one of these teams, I'd still go with the Colts. But the Giants and Jets are essentially in the exact same spot. The linebacker need is not the most pressing need. The most pressing need is for them to get protection for Sam Darnold, or in this case, Daniel Jones. But if they wanted to get a linebacker and went out to trade for Matthew Judon, I think that that's still very likely. I just think that the Colts make more sense. The Giants still make sense if they decide that the more pressing need is defense and that defense wins ball games. Then I think that that makes sense, but I still think I'm going with the Colts here. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. To make sure you don't miss any more upcoming content, hit the notification bell and then you'll get notified every time you release a new video. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.